What's up, guys? Welcome back to FishOfHex. My name is Travis. In today's video, we're going to be doing another rambling. Now, it's been a little while since I posted a video like this, probably like a month or even 2 months, but you guys seem to like them, so we're going to go ahead and create one today. Plus, I'm still working on the outline for the video I wanted to finish this week, but I honestly am not going to be able to get it done until probably Monday or even Tuesday of next week, and it's going to be troubleshooting dying coral within your reef tank. So I have an outline that I'm working through. I'm trying to be as precise and make that video as full of information as I possibly can without boring you guys and being a drag to listen to. So it's a fine line, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it happen. So that video will be out next week. So with that said, I have quite a bit I want to talk about with some upcoming events, some stuff that's going on here in the fish room, some new additions to the fish room, some stuff on the personal side of things with hunting, the truck, all sorts of stuff. So we got a lot of things to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and first talk about an upcoming event that I previously posted about here on the channel, and that is Brian's charity frag swap next Saturday, August 17th at that fish place in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Now, it's going to be my first frag swap that I'm setting up in order to raise money for Brian, who is suffering from stage 4 liver cancer. And this is going to be a way to get money for him to be able to pay for medication, his medical bills, and also provide food for his family now that his wife is not working as much to stay home and take care of him in between doctor's visits and gas and all sorts of stuff. So this is a way to be able to get him some money to help him out. Now, I will provide the link to the original video here on the channel, as well as the Facebook link with all the information of when it is, where it is, how much it costs to get in, and all that good stuff. So check out the description for that information. Now, with the frag swap being such short notice, I found it to be difficult to actually get sponsorships for the raffles. That means donations of like tanks and equipment, all sorts of stuff, which could be raffled off, and all those proceeds will go directly to Brian. Now, again, it was short notice. I do have a Trident kind of in the process of getting here. It's just not going to be here on time, and that really sucks because I specifically wanted to get one set up for the raffle. I thought it'd be awesome to raffle off one of those because they're in such crazy demand, and there's not very many of them out there. But unfortunately, it's not going to be here on time, so I'm really bummed about that. But instead, I went ahead and I actually purchased a Neptune Apex system, which I will be then raffling off. I'm also going to donate one of the AP700s that I pulled off my frag tank, so that will be part of the raffle, as well as some NO3, PO4, and even maybe a quarantine tank or system or setup or something like that. But that's just the stuff that I'm donating for the raffle. There are all the vendors that are going to be donating something of their own to the raffle, so there should be a lot of cool stuff there, which again, all those proceeds, so all those tickets that you buy, all this stuff is going to go, again, directly back to Brian to help him out. So I will say that setting up a frag swap is pretty stressful. There's a lot of little things that I really wasn't aware of when I initially thought about doing this, but thankfully I have a friend named Jack who runs the Mason-Dixon Reef Club swaps here, and he's really good with it. He has a lot of connections with the that fish place and all the vendors and the table setup and getting pizza and all sorts of stuff. So we've been back and forth going through the whole process, and there's just a lot of little things that need to come together. And it should be good. Again, we've been promoting on Facebook. I paid for a couple ads on that to really get out there within the community, at least the surrounding central Pennsylvania, and just kind of pushing it on Facebook through YouTube and just really doing some word of mouth. And hopefully we get a good response and we can all come out and support Brian. Okay, with that said, let's go to move on to the updates here within the fish room. Now, the other day I had another 20 amp outlet installed because I am adding some new lighting over the shallow reef. If you guys are not familiar with this, we are doing a test of lighting between Kessel, AI Prime, and Radion/T5s. All on the same water column, the same corals for the most part, just to see the difference in coloration and growth. And with that, I needed some more power. I was maxing out that 15 amp. I pull a lot down here. I think between the frag system and the main display, and then I have my exhaust fan hooked up to that, I'm pulling probably almost 30 amps between the two. So I added another 20 amp just in case, because I'd rather not take a chance of accidentally tripping the breaker and not being home for whatever reason, even though I practically am home all the time. I just don't want to take a chance of being gone and then having a trip and then not getting a notification and everything dies. So just spent the money, got the outlet installed, and it works pretty good. All right, so a quick update on the 300. Everything seems to be going pretty well. As you guys know, on Instagram, I posted the fact that I just finished my 44 pounds of rebore media in about a year and a half. So I thought that was pretty good accomplishment. I just ordered another box, so we're going to start in on that. I do burn about 4 to 6 inches in that main chamber every single month, and that's about average. And of course, it's only going to increase when we add the coral to the shallow reef tank and kind of fill that up. Of course, the demand and calcium alkalinity are going to increase, so it'll probably burn through a little bit more in the reactor. So yeah, 44 pounds is a pretty good thing, and the fact that the tank is still under 2 years old, it's rocking. As I said this before about the 125s, I could only imagine how full this tank would be if I wasn't fragging it. If I just let nature do its thing, let corals kill each other and let them go wherever they want with no management, I can only imagine how full this tank could be. I mean, I've sold at least 1,000 frags from that tank in the last year, at least, at minimum. And I look at the tank and I go, man, I really wish I knew what it looked like if I left it alone. But that's just not going to happen because I don't have the ability to just leave things alone. I don't have that personality. So I'm okay with fragging it. It's good for the channel. It helps support the tank and it helps pay the bill. So I'm not completely upset about it. But other than that, the tank is doing quite well. We are down to 1 mono, unfortunately. I did mention that those other ones are killing themselves, running into stuff. And, pretty much all of them did it except for this one, which was the smaller of the 4. So we're kind of just waiting. He doesn't seem to be as skittish as the other ones. I don't know if maybe it was because they were swimming together. They felt, I don't know. You would think they would feel better swimming together, but this one doesn't seem skittish. He comes up and just says hi, just like all the tangs and everything. The other ones didn't do that, so maybe it's just a personality trait. Who knows? But yeah, I probably won't ever get them again for a reef tank, and if I do, it's going to be a massive reef tank. So when we upgrade to that big 10-foot by 4-foot by 3-foot tank, maybe I will get a couple more of them. It really depends. We'll see how this one works out over the next couple years. Now, other than that, I'm pretty happy with the tank. It's on autopilot. You guys just saw my maintenance video the other day on removing detritus. And, I'm just doing that, doing my monthly water changes and just leaving the tank alone other than going in there and trimming up to prevent corals from killing each other. So, yeah, definitely happy with the tank. I kind of wish I had another one, but I am adding this shallow reef, so it is technically another display tank that I can kind of dive into and really enjoy as much as I do this one. So moving on to the imported frag system. As you guys know, I removed 2 of the 4 low boys. That's where I'm getting the extra AP 700s. I am donating one of those to our Reef Tanks for Veterans tank, which is at the end of the month or the beginning of next month in Ohio. We're going to be giving him one of those AP 700s, and of course, I'm donating the other one to Brian's frag swap. So yeah, I have a little bit of an issue with the frag system now that I've removed it. Had a nutrient spike for some reason after removing 2 tanks. I'm not really sure why. It could be because I consolidated all the fish in between 2 tanks, kind of cutting the water volume in half, and it's just taking a little while for the biological bacteria and all that stuff to keep up with technically a smaller tank with the same bio load. So that's probably what it is. Just a little bit of algae, nothing crazy. It's almost gone. Added a couple inverts because I didn't realize I had no inverts in this tank. I think I had 2 snails in between the 2 tanks, and they're the big turbo snails that only come out at night and they only stay on the glass. So I didn't really realize it, so I picked up some extra inverts, and everything seems to be doing quite well. I am kind of adjusting to the fact that I don't have as much room to get in stock, but as I mentioned before, I'm kind of transitioning over to growing my coral and selling it that way. So sales have definitely gone down because I don't have as much from the imported side of things, but I am adding stuff every other day or so from both tanks. It's just kind of when I get in there and able to add stuff to the website. But other than that, I do appreciate all the support on the coral sales. I definitely appreciate it. You guys are reason why I can continue to create content, because I don't have to go out and work a 9 to 5 anymore like I used to. I can do this stuff and run the business and be able to create content, which is nice. So I appreciate that. Now moving over to, I guess, some personal stuff. Let's see here. I do have a list of things. Yep, done with that. Yeah, new bow. You guys, a new compound bow. I actually went and picked one up, I think a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. I picked up a Hoyt. Shit, I forgot the name of it already. Oh, man. Yeah, it's a Hoyt something. Enforcer. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, really love this bow. I have never done any compound bow stuff. There's a couple of you guys recommended it last year. I'm a big muzzleloader fan. I love shooting the muzzleloader. I don't know what it is, but inline muzzleloader with that 300 grain bullet, I just love the power of it, and I could really get out some pretty far yardage and you know, neutralize the target very quickly. I don't. Whenever I've ever shot a deer with a muzzleloader, that thing hasn't gone shit for yardage. It usually dies within sight. And you guys know I'm a big hunter. I love providing food for the family. I make a lot of jerky. We do a lot of deer tacos. I mean, I still have a little bit left from last year. I did get 2 doe last year. I didn't get my buck. Unfortunately, it just sucks. I passed up on one, which is something I'm not going to do this year. I passed up on a buck last year. It was like a 6-pointer. I'm like, man, there's bigger ones out here. And I didn't see a damn thing after that. So I was like, oh man, I passed up on a 6-pointer that was only like 50 yards away. Would have been easy. Would have been a shitty drag out though. It was like 2 miles in. That would have been fun. And I didn't have my cart at that time. So, but yeah, not doing that this year. We are doing archery all year. I got 3 tags. We got 2 doe, 1 buck. I'm probably going to do a Maryland hunt as well. I know you can get a license for that for like $150. Go out there and hunt for, you know, it's like 2 hours away from where we want to go. So probably going to be doing archery in Maryland as well. Definitely loving the archery thing. I've been practicing out back with our vermint groundhogs, which like to dig massive holes in everything and you bust your fucking ankle in them. But yeah, I really love archery. I usually, I used to do video games as my calming. Like after a long day of just dealing with shit, sometimes I'll just sit down and play some video games. It allows me to escape. Unfortunately, the reef tank doesn't provide as much as it used to. Now that it's kind of gone from a hobby to a business, I don't want to say this, but I don't get as much enjoyment from my reef tank as I originally did. I used to be able to just come home after a long day, sit in front of the reef tank and just chillax and be good and ready to go to bed. Now it doesn't do that because I'm around it all the time. So I was playing video games for a little bit to kind of help just get away for a little bit, and I stopped doing that, picked up archery. Now I shoot like 50 to 100 arrows every single night. The range is only a few miles away, and I've been doing that. I really, really, really love it. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did, and I'm glad I do, considering the fact how much I spent on the damn bow and all the equipment. It's you know, new hobbies, man. Why couldn't I get a hobby playing cards or some shit, something that was cheaper? But I guess go big or go home, I suppose. But I'm really loving archery. I can't wait. October 5th is our first day of hunting season. Of course, the rut isn't until like until like early November. But so I will post a video probably the first week of October saying, hey guys, I'll see you after I fill my tags. And it could be, you know, it might take a month. I don't know. But I'm going to be really hitting hunting really hard, and YouTube's going to take a back seat for a little while. And that's just kind of, you know, it only happens. It's only 2 months out of the year. You know, you guys can deal with me the other 10, I suppose. But yeah, new bow. Awesome. Love it. I also went ahead and did some modifications to the truck, which I've been wanting to do. I ended up scratching up the front bumper. I hit a sign. I hit a sign last year. First snow, it was awful. I had to go to the VA for an appointment, and I couldn't miss this appointment. It usually a ride that takes, you know, half an hour to get to the VA. It took me 3 hours to get there. I left early, thankfully, but I was still late. I mean, I couldn't prepare for that. But I ended up sliding down a hill, hit the front of the front bumper, scratched it all up. It started rusting and just looked like shit. So I went ahead and pretty much changed the entire truck. I figured if I'm going to change the front bumper and I'm going to spend the money on it, I might as well just do what I want with the truck. So here's a little before and after of it. It's pretty good. It does have that 5.4 V8, which in hindsight, I would never purchase a truck with a 5.4 or any other vehicle. It's just a pain in the ass with the variable timing, and just it's annoying. So the engine will probably last a few more years. Once it does, I'll have to replace it with a new one. That's kind of, you know, the maintenance to fix the actual repair to fix the variable timing is cost just as much as just replacing the damn engine with a 0 mile. So I'll probably end up doing that instead. You know, as long as I don't run into a giant deer, which there are a shit ton of deer out back. And thankfully, those lights on the front really help get through all the you can really see the side of the road. And I've already was able to dodge a couple deer through that process. And my neighbor's blaring music through cement. I don't know how the hell you can get music that loud through the cement. Absolutely obnoxious. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But yeah. That's about it for the personal side of things. You know, the bow hunting, getting ready for that, rebuilding the truck. We do have a new addition to the fish room here named Spike, which is a bearded dragon. He's pretty sweet. I like him. I am a reptile fan to a certain extent. I pretty much got him so something the kids can enjoy a little bit more than I can. I definitely like him. I'm just getting used to the fact that I'm waiting for him to bite my damn fingers, because when I was a kid, my cousin, or is it my cousin or my cousin's friend? I don't know, one of the two. The guy had an iguana, and I went to go pet it and almost bit my damn hand off. So I've been kind of like about reptiles since I was pretty young. I think sub 11 years old kind of thing. So this is kind of my step back in. He's hissed at me a couple times. He's Lexi always says, hey man, why do you always pick animals that are jerks? I guess he's not a jerk. He's just new to everything and kind of getting used to it. But he's good. I can hold him. He chills out for the most part. He doesn't really. The kids are too young right now. He's not dealing with them, so it's going to be a little while till he can tolerate them, I'm assuming, or vice versa. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I don't really think anything else. I'm looking around the fish room, seeing if there's anything else I had to say. But yeah, so that's officially a rambling video. What are we, 15 minutes in? So yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this type of video, definitely put that in the comments section. And now my freaking phone's going off. Y'all people leave me the hell alone. Okay, that's it. I will see you guys next week with that identifying a dying coral. I think that's going to be the name, one of those. And yeah, I'll see you later. Peace.